Welcome to the Honors College Convocation honoring the graduating class of 2018. I'm Ralph Keene, Dean of the UIC Honors College and Professor of History and the Schmidt Chair of Catholic Studies. Before we start, please find your cell phone and turn it off. Thank you. Now, please rise or remain standing for the performance of our national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. Welcome, soon-to-be graduates. I'm so glad to see you here at this Honors College Convocation, which is a formal celebration of your academic excellence and achievement and your graduation. You are the 35th graduating class of the UIC Honors College. You join more than 7,000 Honors College alumni who precede you and more than 1,500 James Scholars who preceded them. Welcome also to everyone who supported you, family, friends, faculty, staff, administrators, and alumni. I'd like to ask all of the families and guests of the graduates to please rise and be recognized. Thank you for trusting us with your students. You should all be very proud. You may be seated. To the alumni who are here tonight, welcome home. I would also like to extend a special welcome and thank you to Provost Susan Poser. We greatly appreciate your support of the Honors College, its students, and all that they achieve at UIC. Now would all the faculty of the Honors College please rise. More than 350 UIC professors serve as UIC Honors College faculty fellows, more than ever before. Provost, you're a fellow also. They execute the college's mission by setting rigorous academic standards, creating and teaching honors courses, and mentoring students. Thank you for everything that you do to guide these students. You may be seated. The banners that you see behind me represent all of the UIC colleges because the UIC Honors College students and faculty fellows have academic homes in all of those colleges across all disciplines found on our campus. Now would everyone else please rise, all the staff members, administrators, and special guests. Thank you. Thank you for supporting the Honors College and its students. You may be seated. And last but not least, graduates, please stand up and remain standing. I am very proud to present the graduates of the UIC Honors College Class of 2018. Each of you has successfully completed the requirements of the UIC Honors College. The gold stoles that you receive today signify your commitment to academic excellence, service, and leadership. You are true scholars and true leaders. Please all join me in a round of applause for these graduates. Please be seated. These are among the most impressive scholars ever to graduate from the University of Illinois at Chicago, or from any university for that matter. They have high GPAs reflecting years of hard work in their classes. They're also accomplished researchers. Every one of them has just completed a senior capstone thesis, which they have presented publicly. They publish journals all on their own: the Journal of Pre-Health Affiliated Students, the Red Shoes Literary Review, UIC One World, and the Ampersand. They engage in meaningful public service activities, and they excel in the fine arts. They are also leaders on campus and in the Honors College in student organizations such as the Society for Future Physicians, the nationally ranked UIC Mock Trial Team, and the Honors College Advisory Board known as HCAB. In recognition of their partnership with HCAB, Kajal Sachdev, the HCAB president, carried the Honors College banner a few moments ago. At this moment, I'm delighted to introduce Dr. Susan Poser, Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs and Professor of Political Science at UIC. Prior to coming to UIC in 2016, Dr. Poser was the Dean at the University of Nebraska College of Law, where she was also a faculty member for many years. During her 2 years at UIC, Provost Poser has focused on cutting down on bureaucracy, creating programs to support faculty growth in teaching and research, providing opportunities for the East and West Side faculty to interact and collaborate, supporting the Student Success Initiative in order to increase retention and graduation rates of students, and through campus conversation, creating opportunities for the whole campus to come together to discuss significant issues that affect the lives of UIC students, faculty, and staff. It is wonderful that she is here tonight to see you off as you embark on the next chapter of your careers and lives. Welcome, Provost Poser.
Thank you, Dean Keene. Dean Keene is the one person who has not yet been thanked, so let's thank this terrific Dean of the Honors College for all he does. And on behalf of the UIC campus, I want to welcome our students, family members, alumni, friends, and supporters. A special welcome and thank you to our keynote speaker, Dr. Abu Patel, founder and president of Interfaith Youth Corps, our alumni speaker, Mr. Kenneth Thomas, and our student speaker, Ms. Taylor Lay. Again, I would like to specifically acknowledge Dean Ralph Keene, along with Associate Dean Stacy Williams, the Honors College staff, and the Honors College faculty fellows for their tremendous support of these students here during their time at UIC. But of course, most importantly, congratulations to the honors graduates of the class of 2018. I am delighted to be here with you tonight to celebrate this important milestone in your lives. Graduating from the Honors College at the University of Illinois at Chicago is a very special accomplishment. Honors students apply and are accepted by the Honors College by demonstrating their intelligence and drive. And as a result, honors students bring a tremendous amount of talent and energy to UIC. Once here, you have all led very busy lives, serving not just as students, but as volunteers, mentors, and researchers. And many of you held down jobs or cared for family members as you worked on your college degree. You have tested your own limits, and you have emerged victorious, ready to take on the world. And later this week, starting tomorrow actually, all of you will, I hope, participate in the commencement exercises of the academic college from which you are graduating. Graduation, of course, is a kind of ending, an achievement of a college degree that typically signifies the end of a period of intense learning in an academic environment. It also usually signifies a period of great personal growth and of growing up. At the same time, of course, the idea of commencement signifies a beginning, a time to commence, a time to take all of your experiences at college, both in and outside of the classroom, and begin again as you move into work or graduate or professional school or whatever it is that comes next. And like most beginnings, commencement is an exciting time, but also, of course, a time of uncertainty. Most of you will now go back to being at the bottom of the heap, whether that is a new job or in your first year in graduate school. Like freshman year all over again, you will be new, you will not know the people or the customs of your new environment, and you will have to figure it all out yourself, all while trying to make a good impression on your new colleagues. And this cycle of new beginnings never ends. Believe me, just 2 years ago, I was a new provost here at UIC, and I was doing all of that. Now, these new beginnings are moments of personal challenge and opportunities to grow yet again. But this time, when you go out there and start anew, you will be armed with all that you have learned and experienced here at UIC. So you will go forth with great advantages, and these advantages will bring opportunities your way. As honors students who've worked so hard, you have earned these opportunities, and your job now is to recognize them and seize them, to build a life for yourselves and to do great things and to continue to serve others. So I hope also that you will maintain your connections with UIC and return as alumni to support our current students and keep the Honors College the wonderful place of learning and mentoring that it is. So again, congratulations to our graduates and best wishes to you and your families. Thank you.
Thank you, Provost Poser. It is now my great pleasure to introduce to you tonight's keynote speaker, Dr. Ibu Patel. Dr. Patel is a leading voice in the movement for interfaith cooperation and the founder and president of Interfaith Youth Corps, IFYC, a national nonprofit working to make interfaith cooperation a social norm. He is the author of Acts of Faith, Sacred Ground, and Interfaith Leadership. Named by U.S. News & World Report as one of America's best leaders of 2009, Dr. Patel served on President Obama's inaugural Faith Council. He is a regular contributor to the public conversation about religion in America and a frequent speaker on the topic of religious pluralism. He holds a doctorate in the sociology of religion from Oxford University, where he studied on a Rhodes Scholarship. Inspired by his own identity as an American Muslim navigating a highly religiously diverse social landscape, he has worked for over 15 years with governments, social sector organizations, and college and university campuses to help realize a future where religion is a bridge of cooperation rather than a barrier of division. We are honored to welcome Dr. Ibu Patel to UIC and to the Honors College.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is called Two Futures. I think it was the 10,000th time that my mother, who is here, put a meal on the table for which she did not get properly thanked that led to a moment of volcanic parental clarity. Do you think this food just cooks itself? Do you think that because the ingredients exist in the kitchen, they just magically jumped into the pot together? It was an early lesson in reality. Nothing just happens. People make things happen. We call those people leaders. At the Grotto at Notre Dame, the university that brought my family to America, I watched my dad, who is also here, cup his hands in Muslim prayer. Wanting to skip this ritual and get into the football stadium faster, I ask, should Muslims really be praying in front of a Catholic shrine? My dad gestures to the glow of the candles inside the stone cove and reminds me, The Quran says that God is light upon light. A leader recognizes that there will always be differences and chooses to see the resonances. During a pickup football game at Panfish Park in Glen Ellen, where I grew up, a high school classmate ran past and shouted, "Jordan's at the Village Links." We booked it to the 18th hole and stood there with several dozen others watching as the best basketball player who ever existed walked up the green. We're never going to get to meet him with all these other people around, I thought to myself. He'll just wave and head to his car. And then it occurred to me, he couldn't leave without his car. A friend and I quietly snuck away and made for the VIP parking lot where Jordan's red Ferrari sat, gleaming in the sun. After about 15 minutes, through the trees, we spotted a golf cart. A moment later, the Emperor was in our midst. I approached gingerly, stuck out a small brown hand, said in a shaky voice, "Mr. Jordan, thank you for being a great role model to all us kids." I didn't wash the hand for a week. That night, I lay in bed and thought to myself, all these grown folks waiting at the 18th hole. And I was the only one who had the idea of finding Jordan's car. A leader has to learn to trust himself. When I was in college, I became a hair-on-fire activist. There was good reason for this. They teach you things in college, especially in honors colleges, that they don't teach you in high school. Dangerous knowledge. I took some of that personally. You mean Christopher Columbus started planning the murder of Native Americans as soon as he laid eyes on them? And we honor this man? You mean I went through 4 years of honors high school literature and I can count on one hand the number of black and female writers that I read? I would make up for these past injustices with my rage. I would be in your face. If you weren't angry like me, I told you you weren't paying attention. If you spoke about the problem of racism, I yelled at you for ignoring sexism. If you acknowledged sexism was also a problem, I poked at you for not using the more potent word misogyny. During a Thursday morning senior seminar on the Latino experience in the United States, I scolded my classmates for not speaking enough about Asian Americans. I watched them visibly shift away from me. Some folded their arms, others just shook their heads. The professor called me up after class and said in a calm and gentle voice, "You know, Ibu, people might pay attention to your points more if you didn't come across as such a jerk." A leader better learn to listen to others. When I graduated, my goal was to find a job where I could do some good in the world. Turns out that's harder than it sounds. I sent out resumes, I made phone calls, not even a nibble. A friend told me about an education program near the Humboldt Park neighborhood where kids who had dropped out of high school could return to get their GEDs. The entire teaching staff was leaving. That job's got my name on it. I called and called. Nobody picked up the phone. I took the train and went there in person. I knocked on the principal's office door and told her that I was interested in a teaching position. "I can't talk to you today," she said. She pointed into the gym. "It's graduation." She disappeared for a moment. Graduation, I thought to myself. I mean, what better way to get to know a school and its community than graduation? I snuck into the back and stayed. 2 hours later, when it was all over and I was leaving, I felt a tap on my shoulder. It was the principal. "You're still here?" she said. I got the job. A leader has to learn. You don't phone it in. You don't just send an email. You can't just show up. You stay through graduation. When I started doing interfaith work in the 1990s, I noticed that most of the people involved were senior religious leaders who spent most of their time talking about theology and organizing ceremonies. I started agitating for more social action, younger energy. Somehow, I thought that telling other people what to do counted as work. I even confused it for impact. Frankly, I'm a little embarrassed about that now. I think the world belongs to the leader, not the critic, the builder, not the scolder. You shouldn't be a judge on a Food Network show if you've never managed a kitchen. I'm glad that at that time, someone believed in me enough to say, you can either be disappointed that this organization never fully embodies your vision and feel self-righteous about all the brilliant ideas you have that you feel are being ignored, or you can have the courage of your convictions and do the hard work of building your own organization. And in that moment, the various leadership lessons of my life, Jordan at the golf course, staying through graduation, they were like separate shards of glass, forming themselves into a magic window through which I saw two possible futures. Was I going to be the guy constantly finding fault with what other people were creating? Or was I going to build something? Teddy Roosevelt had a view on this. It's not the critic who counts, he said. The credit belongs to the person in the arena whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who knows the great devotions, and if he fails, at least he fails daring greatly. So now, the future that you choose, that you dare, it also plays an impact in the future that our country chooses. And right now, more than anything, we need people who will build bridges. In an era of polarization, it is instinctive to focus on protecting the people you regard as your own, to strengthen your bunker, to nurture suspicion of anyone outside of it. But a diverse democracy characterized by multiple communities strengthening their respective bunkers and sharpening their respective weapons is a nation preparing for civil war. The essential structure in a diverse democracy is the bridge. We need bridges between people who love NASCAR and who love the NBA, between Whole Foods America and Cracker Barrel America, between fans of Fox News and watchers of MSNBC, between regular Sunday churchgoers and people who pray Juma on Fridays, between worshipers of Beyonce and those who identify with Bruce. Diversity work isn't principally about embracing more of the identities you like. It's about engaging positively with the differences you don't like, the disagreements. The purpose of the bridge is to connect you with people who you don't instinctively view as your own, so that we expand our definition of us. And those bridges don't fall from the sky. People build them. One of the great bridge builders in American history gave one of his most remarkable speeches on this subject in 1858 in this city, Chicago, at a time of ugly anti-Catholic sentiment, which feels a lot like the ugly anti-Muslim sentiment of today, in a nation that still allowed the egregious sin of slavery, that was wary of immigrants, tempted to revert back to defining itself along ancestral lines like every other nation that had gone before. Abraham Lincoln stood before an audience and addressed the question, who belongs? Who is an American? Here was his answer. Whoever you are, wherever you came from, if you hold with the ideals of the Declaration of Independence, that all people are created equal, then you have a right to claim it, and I quote, as if you were blood of the blood and flesh of the flesh of the men who wrote that declaration, and so we all are. There are eras in which this dream has principally been endangered from forces without. We live at a time when it is most threatened from our own tribalism within. But every lament holds within it the seeds of opportunity. So will you seize your opportunity? Will you be a generation of leaders and bridge builders who make real that beautiful ideal spoken by Aimé Césaire? And I leave you with this line: there is room for all of us at the rendezvous of victory. Thank you, Jazakallah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Patel, for a wonderful message. We appreciate your time here tonight. Now I welcome to the podium Dr. Crystal Patil, Associate Professor of Women, Child, and Family Health Science and Honors College Associate Dean of Academic Affairs. She is going to present this year's Faculty Awards.
I'm pleased to announce the winner of the Honors Capstone Advisor of the Year Award. This recognition is given annually to one of many faculty members who guide our students. And they are guiding them for their senior capstone projects. This year, 9 faculty were nominated. Catherine Engel, nominated by Nicole Green and Sophia Pocher. Christy Kirschner, nominated by Bhargavi Donareddy, Stephanie Colonna, nominated by Dylan Tabang. Emily Miner, nominated by Cynthia Roebuck. Amanda Roy, nominated by Taylor Lay. Jose Cordoba, nominated by Apurva Tumala. Scott Shippey, nominated by Jasmine Harris, as well as last year's recipient, Kara Morgan Short, who is nominated by Tariq Ghazawi. So this year, the Capstone Advisor of the Year is Betty Bottoms. A few more things. She is Dean Emerita of the Honors College and Professor of Psychology in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. She received nominations from 4 of you, and including Jonathan Anasheta, Caitlin Richardson, Brandon Garcia, and Kajal Sajdev. One of her nominators, Brandon Garcia, highlights the wide-reaching influence of her advising and said this: to Dr. Bottoms, the capstone projects she supervises are just as important as her own research projects are. She takes a personal interest in all our projects and makes the whole process feel much more exciting than just a graduation requirement. So please join me in congratulating Professor Bottoms for her guidance and the honor of being named Capstone Advisor of the Year. Got it? Yeah. All right. So the Honors College Faculty Fellows are UIC faculty members who are individually assigned to provide personalized advising and mentoring to students from the sophomore year on. And each year, Honors College students nominate outstanding faculty fellows to be honored as Fellow of the Year. This year, 7 fellows were nominated, including Demetra John, nominated by Litnia Esquera, Miri Kochi, nominated by Luke Prezzi. Betty Bottoms, nominated by Dulce Maria Gutierrez. And Brandon Garcia, Kathleen Logos, and Caitlin Richardson. Catherine Engel, nominated by Alex Alvarez. And Kara Morgan Short, nominated by Deborah Shodimu. And Mitchell Reutman. Who was nominated by Jasmine Harris. This year, the awardee is Michael Jin. He is, give me 1 second. He is an assistant professor of global Asian studies in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. And his nominator, Shukri, Ideas, illustrated why he is so deserving of this award and stated in his letter, "He was there for me. Dr. Jin was there to help create a better historian. He was there to create a stronger social activist. He was there to make me a greater man. I cannot thank Dr. Jin enough. He is the best honors fellow that a pre-pharmacy history minor can ask for, a remarkable intellectual." So join me in congratulating and thanking Professor Jin for his dedication and the honor of being named Fellow of the Year.
Thank you, Dean Patil, and congratulations, Professor Jin and Professor Bottoms. Very well deserved. Next, we will recognize each and every member of this year's graduating class one by one. I invite to the podium Alex Sanvier, who will announce the names of each graduate, Tyler Nielsen, who will read a sampling of awards that each student has received, and Associate Dean Stacy McLeod-Williams, who will adorn each graduate with a gold honors stole.
Will the graduates please stand and approach the stairs? Ready? Okay. Abraham Aklilu Abraham.
Abraham graduates cum laude. His fellow was Robert Paul Malcho and is awarded the President's Award Program Honors Scholarship as well as the Honors College Undergraduate Research Grant and Travel Grant.
Bess Jacqueline Abramovitz.
Graduating magna cum laude, their fellow was Nicole Jordan and was a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society.
Amani Abunima.
Graduating magna cum laude, their fellow was Crystal Patil and was awarded the President's Award Program Scholarship.
Omar Abumishan.
Graduating cum laude, their fellow was Yue Zhang and was awarded the Honors College Study Abroad Scholarship.
Eduardo Aceves.
Eduardo graduates cum laude. His fellow is Mike Stieff and was awarded the President's Award Program Honors Scholarship.
Samantha Marie Adams.
Samantha graduates cum laude. Her fellow was Mitchell Reutman and is a member of the Golden Key International Honor Society as well as the National Society of Collegiate Scholars.
Farida O. Adejare.
Farida graduates cum laude. Her fellow was Lingjae Ma and is a member of the National Society of Collegiate Scholars.
Fabian Adeola Adenaya.
Their fellow was Ronald Dubrail and is a member of the National Society of Collegiate Scholars.
Deborah O. Adeoye.
Deborah graduates magna cum laude. Her fellow was Catherine Ryan and was a member of the Honors College student staff.
Sarah Adi.
Sarah graduates summa cum laude. Her fellow was Danilo Ericolo and is awarded the Bell Honor Award as well as the Alexandros Strikis Memorial Scholarship.
Sophia Ahmed.
Sophia graduates summa cum laude. Her fellow was Pauline Mackey and was a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society.
Naja Asan.
Naja's fellow was John Hetling, was awarded the CPS Science Fair Scholarship, and is a member of Tau Beta Pi Engineering Honor Society.
Niharika Aita.
Their fellow was David Stone, and was awarded the Bridging the Gap Undergraduate Health Sciences Competition, 3rd prize.
Abir Akbani.
Graduating cum laude, Abir's fellow was Henry Howe.
Fathi Mazen Al-Shar.
Graduating summa cum laude, their fellow was Husheng Darabi and was awarded the AAEA Annual Scholarship.
Omar Al-Hayek.
Graduating magna cum laude, Omar's fellow was Vahe Kaliskan and is a member of Tau Sigma National Honor Society, among others.
Ines Al-Kadmani.
Ines graduates magna cum laude, their fellow is Anthony Pagano.
Alex Alvarez.
Alex graduates cum laude. His fellow was Catherine Engel and was awarded the Summer Research Opportunities Program Certificate of Achievement.
Jonathan Anachete.
Jonathan graduates magna cum laude. His fellow was Donald Morrison and is awarded the Honors College Undergraduate Conference Travel Grant and is a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society.
Yelena Antich.
Yelena's fellow was Gail Mahady.
Demetra Arianas.
Demetra graduates cum laude. Her fellow was Andreas Kozlowskis and was awarded the Chancellor's Undergraduate Research Award, the John C. Kula Scholarship, and others.
Jalika Ayala.
Jalika graduates summa cum laude. Their fellow was Nicholas Huggett, was awarded the Goldwater Scholar UIC nominee.
Sharzad Arampur.
Sharzad graduates magna cum laude. Their fellow was John Cum Lilly.
Anna Bakamiya.
Anna graduates summa cum laude, and their fellow was Gary Rainey.
Nicole Trudy Belinsky.
Nicole graduates magna cum laude. Her fellow was Holly Devon and has been awarded the President's Award Program Honor Scholarship, among others.
Raymond Adam Bonowitz.
Raymond graduates cum laude. His fellow was Allison Castro Superfine.
Andrew Barat.
Andrew graduates summa cum laude. His fellow was Andrew Clarno and was awarded the Honors College Tuition Award.
Beltran.
Beltran's fellow was Gary Rainey. Beltran was also awarded the President's Award Program Honors Scholarship.
Charmaine Nicole Bernardo.
Charmaine's fellow was Juliana Chan, and Charmaine was also awarded the Gerald Shea and Joanne Sevchik Shea Scholarship.
Vishnu Bhargava.
Graduating cum laude, Vishnu's fellow was Vahe Kaliskan and was awarded, among many, the College of Engineering Gold Medal.
Scott Bicknell.
Scott graduates cum laude. Scott's fellow was Andrew Punwani and was awarded the UIC College of Dentistry Undergraduate Student Research Award, 1st place.
Sophia Antonia Bidney.
Sophia graduates summa cum laude. Her fellow was Donald Chambers and was awarded the GPPA Chancellor's Excellence Award.
Martha Claire Buchert.
Martha graduates magna cum laude. Her fellow was Sloan Williams, and she was awarded the Flaherty Scholarship for Study Abroad, among others.
Brett Byron.
Brett graduates summa cum laude. His fellow was Nicholas Huggett and is a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society.
Gervasio Cabell.
Gervasio's fellow was Lawrence Miller and was awarded the Varma Nelson Pierce Scholar Award.
Taylor Cairns.
Taylor graduates summa cum laude. Their fellow was Richard Gemenhardt and was awarded the Chancellor's Student Service and Leadership Award.
Elena Carrillo.
Elena graduates magna cum laude. Her fellow was Aixa Alfonso and has been awarded the President's Award Program Honors Scholarship.
Roberto Carlos Castillo.
Roberto graduates cum laude. His fellow was Jeremy Lynch and has been awarded the President's Award Program Honors Scholarship.
Elizabeth Chang.
Elizabeth is graduating cum laude. Her fellow was Leslie Sandlow, and she was awarded the Stanley Mann Children's Research Institute Summer Scholar.
Mobeen M. Chowdhury.
Mobeen is graduating summa cum laude. Her fellow was Helen Roberts, and among many awards, she was granted the Department of Economics Winifred Gerald Memorial Award.
Alex Chu.
Alex's fellow was Jeremy Lynch.
Annabelle C. Clodius.
Annabelle is graduating summa cum laude. Her fellow was Jamie Reutman, and she is a member of the Honor Society of Phi Kappa Phi, as well as Golden Key International.
Adrian C. Cook.
Adrian graduates cum laude. Their fellow was Michael Ragazzino, and is a member of the National Society of Collegiate Scholars.
Lael F. Derry.
Lael is graduating magna cum laude. Their fellow was Sharbanu Fadafi, and they were awarded the Chancellor's Student Service and Leadership Award.
Celine Nicole Dalde.
Celine graduates cum laude. Celine's fellow was Mulubran Mogos and has been awarded the Chancellor's Student Service and Leadership Award.
Dima David.
Dima graduates cum laude. Their fellow was Louis Wedgwood, and they are a member of Tau Beta Pi Engineering Honor Society.
Joseph Lawrence Davis.
Joseph graduates magna cum laude. His fellow was Jamie Reutman.
Joshua E. Deans.
Joshua is graduating cum laude. His fellow was Sybil Darable and has been awarded the President's Award Program Honors Scholarship.
Israel M. Del Mundo.
Israel graduates summa cum laude. Their fellow was Nicholas Huggets, and they are a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society.
Jolene Santos del Rosario.
Jolene graduates magna cum laude. Her fellow was Tracy Baynard and has been awarded the Chancellor's Student Service and Leadership Award.
Kayla Samantha de la Cruz.
Kayla graduates magna cum laude. Her fellow was John Ireland, is a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society, and was awarded the LAS Undergraduate Research Initiative Award.
Adrian M. Delgado.
Adrian graduates summa cum laude. Adrian's fellow is Amy Shuck, and they are a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society.
Bhargavi Dunny Reddy.
Bhargavi graduates cum laude. Their fellow is Anyanya Gangopadhyaya, has been awarded the Honors College Undergraduate Conference Travel Grant, and was also a member of the Honors College student staff.
George K. Duncan.
George is graduating cum laude. His fellow was Michael Ragazzino, has been awarded the President's Award Program Honors College, as well as others.
Naomi Sarah Icano.
Naomi is graduating summa cum laude. Her fellow was Leslie Sandlow and has been awarded the Military Order of the Purple Heart Scholarship Award.
Yuwa Edamwande.
Fellow was Janet Richmond and has been awarded the President's Award Program Honors Scholarship.
Jasmina Ijupovic.
Graduates summa cum laude. Her fellow was Elizabeth Lentz and has been awarded the Northern Illinois Collegiate Award of Excellence.
Michael C. Ekwueme.
Michael graduates cum laude. His fellow was Jeremiah Abiade and has been awarded the Sargent and Lundy College of Engineering Scholarship.
Yasmin Elagua.
Yasmin graduates summa cum laude. Their fellow was Robert Brule and is a member of the National Society of Collegiate Scholars.
Iris Elizarez.
Iris graduates magna cum laude. Their fellow was Peter Thompson and has been awarded the Business Scholars Award.
Trisha Ann Erazga.
Trisha graduates summa cum laude. Her fellow was Laura Anderson and has been awarded the Chemical Engineering GPA Award.
Laura R. Erickson.
Graduates magna cum laude. Laura's fellow was Laura Juncker and has been awarded the West Suburban Chicago Chapter No. 2 Designated Scholar.
Litany Esguerra.
Litany graduates magna cum laude and her fellow was Demetra John.
Karina M. Fabian.
Karina graduates magna cum laude as well. Her fellow was C.E. Lee and has been awarded the CME Group Foundation Scholarship.
Thomas Fabian.
Thomas's fellow was Abel Galvin and has been awarded the Business Scholars Award.
Michelle Lynn Farler.
Michelle's fellow was Andrew Dombard and has been awarded the Chancellor Student Service and Leadership Award as well as the LAS Undergraduate Research Initiative Award.
Nita Fayez.
Nita graduates cum laude. Her fellow was Clara Ah.
Agatha Marie G. Fernandez.
Agatha graduates cum laude. Her fellow was Lorna Finnegan and has been awarded the Gerald W. Shea and Joanne Sevchik Shea Scholarship.
Isalise Fernandez.
Isalise's fellow was Catherine Zinser.
Maria Folvarska.
Maria graduates summa cum laude. Maria's fellow was Jonathan Daly, and Maria has been awarded the Critical Language Scholarship, among others.
Enrique Galarza.
Enrique's fellow was Juliana Chan, and Enrique was also awarded the President's Award Program Honors Scholarship.
Cecilia Alejandra Gama Mendoza.
Cecilia graduates cum laude. Her fellow was Kara Morgan Short, and is a member of Golden Key International Honor Society.
Adriana Garcia.
Adriana graduates summa cum laude. Her fellow was Husheng Darabi and has been awarded the Bell Honor Award as well as the President's Award Program Scholarship.
Brandon M. Garcia.
Brandon graduates cum laude. His fellow was Betty Bottoms and has been awarded the American Psychology Law Society Access Pathway Grants.
Paige Francis Gowries.
Paige graduates cum laude. Paige's fellow was Peter Thompson, and Paige has been awarded the Chancellor Student Service and Leadership Award.
Elizabeth G. Vergese.
Elizabeth graduates magna cum laude. Her fellow was Leslie Fung, and she has been awarded the President's Award Program Honors Scholarship, among others.
Samuel George.
Graduating cum laude, Samuel's fellow was Phil Ashton.
Samane Gassemi.
Samana graduates cum laude. Their fellow was Laura Sanchez, and they are awarded the Honors College Undergraduate Research Grant as well as the Conference Travel Grants.
Tarek Imad Ghazawi.
Tarek graduates cum laude. Their fellow was Anna Bedran Russo, and they have been awarded the Chancellor's Undergraduate Research Award.
Camille Go.
Camille graduates summa cum laude. Camille's fellow was Rana Cohen, and she has been awarded the Everett and Florence Drumright Scholarship, as well as others.
Corbin W. Goldfleece.
Corbin graduates cum laude. His fellow is Nancy Cirillo, and has been awarded the President's Award Program Scholarship, as well as others.
David Gonzalez.
David graduates summa cum laude. His fellow was Ernesto Bungzaron, and has been awarded the President's Award Program Honors Scholarship.
Rachel Gonzalez.
Rachel graduates cum laude. Her fellow is Chua Feng Chuang and has been awarded the President's Award Program Honors Scholarship.
Karis M. Gorak.
Karis graduates magna cum laude. Their fellow is Dinkai Kao and has been awarded the National Science Foundation grants.
Tyler Allen Grand Prix.
Tyler graduates summa cum laude. His fellow is Anna Kornbluh, has been awarded the Bernard Shaw Prize, and is a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society.
Nicole B. Green.
Nicole is graduating magna cum laude. Her fellow was Gary Rainey and has been awarded the Olive Chasey Kuhn and Alfred L. Kuhn Scholarship.
Nicholas Anthony Gross.
Nicholas is graduating cum laude. His fellow is Robert Klee and has been awarded the Curtin Math Physics Scholarship.
Paulina Gubareva.
Paulina's fellow was Daryl Pendleton, and she has been awarded the Honors College Undergraduate Research Grant as well as others.
Nandini Gupta.
Nandini graduates magna cum laude. Their fellow is Husheng Darabi, and they have been awarded the Excellence Scholarship and are a member of Tau Beta Pi Engineering Honor Society.
Rajas Gupta.
Rajas is graduating summa cum laude. Their fellow was Helen Roberts, and they have been awarded the undergraduate Winifred Gelderd Memorial Award.
Allegra Maya Gutierrez.
Allegra graduates magna cum laude. Their fellow was Gilbert Bassett, and they have been awarded the President's Award Program Honor Scholarship.
Dulce Maria Gutierrez.
Dulce's fellow was Betty Bottoms.
Susanna Gutierrez.
Susanna's fellow was Jane Marone, and the title of her capstone was The Qualitative Study of Perceived Social Support of Latino Caregivers of People with Alzheimer's Disease.
Bianca Ann Haro.
Bianca graduates cum laude. Her fellow was Carol Smith and has been awarded the Chancellor's Student Service and Leadership Award.
Diamond Brianna Harris.
Diamond is graduating summa cum laude. Her fellow is Crystal Patil and has been awarded the ISRS Conference Outstanding Oral Presentation.
Jasmine C. Harris.
Jasmine is graduating magna cum laude. Her fellow is Mitchell Reutman, and she has been awarded the LAS Undergraduate Research Initiative Award.
Shireen Mohammed Hassan.
Shireen is graduating cum laude, and her fellow was Shane Phillips.
Dana Hassoun.
Dana's fellow was Michael Kirschneider, and the capstone title was GAAP versus IFRS.
Michelle M. Hawksworth.
Michelle is graduating cum laude. Her fellow was Cecilia Gerber and has been awarded the Ogden Livermore Award.
Genesis Gabriela Hernandez.
Genesis graduates cum laude. Her fellow was John Abbott, and she has been awarded the President's Award Program Scholarship.
Denise Herrera.
Denise's fellow was Joanna Burdett. She has been awarded the President's Award Program Honors Scholarship and was a dedicated student staff member at the Honors College.
Hannah M. Hickson.
Hannah graduates summa cum laude. Her fellow was John Castle and has been awarded the Allie Dowd Memorial Scholarship.
Shukri T. Ides.
Shukri's fellow was Michael Jin.
Hiba Iqbal.
Hiba's graduating cum laude. Their fellow was Laura Anderson. They have been awarded the Honors College Fresh Start Scholarship.
Nuzat M. Iqbal.
Nuzat is graduating cum laude, and their fellow was Chiofen Chuang.
Vanessa Jerger.
Vanessa is graduating summa cum laude. Her fellow was Teresa Orenik and has been awarded the President's Award Program Honors Scholarship.
Med Jimson Dagisan Jimenez.
Med graduates cum laude. Their fellow is Donald Morrison, and they have been awarded the LAS Undergraduate Research Initiative Award.
Vivian Jin.
Vivian is graduating magna cum laude. Her fellow was Alan Schwartz, and among many awards has been awarded the Mark A. Wyatt Memorial Scholarship.
Kevin Jacob Kappenman.
Kevin graduates summa cum laude. His fellow was Brenda Russell and has been awarded the Norman Nitrebe Award.
Sophia Khan.
Sophia graduates cum laude. Her fellow was Carol Smith. She has been awarded the Gerald W. Shea and Joanne Sevchik-Shea Scholarship.
Sophia Ahmed Khan.
Sophia is graduating cum laude. Her fellow was Thomas Park, and she has been awarded the Chancellor's Student Service and Leadership Award.
Deepika Khanna.
Deepika is graduating summa cum laude. Their fellow was John Tully, and they are a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society.
Rania Khatib.
Rania is graduating magna cum laude. Rania's fellow was Jane Marone, and they are a member of the Golden Key International Honor Society.
Haley Danielle Kittle.
Haley is graduating summa cum laude. Her fellow is Don Chambers and has been awarded the Benjamin B. Freud Award for Scientific Excellence.
Mariah Nealon.
Mariah is graduating cum laude. Mariah's fellow is Lynette Jackson, and she has been awarded the UIC Access to Excellence grants.
Christopher Nicholas Coy.
Christopher is graduating magna cum laude. His fellow was Evan McKenzie and has been awarded the Charles B. Rangel International Affairs Graduate Fellowship.
Arthi Krishna.
Arthi graduates cum laude. Arthy's fellow is John Abbott, and Arthy has been awarded the McCloskey Award from the UIC History Department.
Madeline R. Kaminick.
Madeline is graduating cum laude. Her fellow is Leslie Aldrich and has been awarded the LAS Undergraduate Research Initiative Award.
Santanam Parthasarathi Kumar.
Santanam is graduating summa cum laude. Their fellow is Chuo Fan Chuang, and they have been awarded the Jeff E. Lewis Scholarship.
Zaid Kurdi.
Zaid's fellow was Laura Sanchez. Zaid has been awarded the Chancellor's Undergraduate Research Award and is a member of National Society of Collegiate Scholars.
Anna S. Kuzma.
Anna's fellow was Karen Peters.
Jessica Garcia Lardizabal.
Jessica's fellow was Catherine Ryan and is a member of Sigma Theta Tau International Nursing Honor Society as well as Tau Sigma National Honor Society.
Taylor Loren Lay.
Taylor graduates cum laude. Her fellow was Jamie Reutman, has been awarded the Honors College Tuition Award, and is a member of National Society of Collegiate Scholars.
Christopher H. Lee.
Christopher is graduating magna cum laude. His fellow was Siddhartha Bhattacharya, and is a member of the Tau Sigma National Honor Society.
Jessica Lee.
Jessica's fellow was Vicus Berry and has been awarded the Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship as well as the GM Buick's Achiever Award.
Yebin Lee.
Graduating magna cum laude, Yebin Lee's fellow was Elena Hui Tang and has been awarded the Impact Scholarship.
Julian Leone.
Julian's fellow was Richard Gemenhardt.
Kyle J. Lindenman.
Kyle graduates cum laude. Kyle's fellow is Stephen Melamed and has been awarded the Honors College Tuition Award.
Anna Liu.
Anna is graduating summa cum laude. Her fellow is Ronna Cohen, and among many awards has been granted the Honors Scholars Award.
Kathleen Longos.
Kathleen is graduating cum laude. Her fellow was Betty Bottoms and has been awarded the Urban Public Policy Fellowship, as well as the Olive C. Kuhn and Alfred L. Kuhn Scholarship.
Brianda Lopez.
Brianda's fellow was Catherine Engel.
Yasmin Lotfi.
Yasmin is graduating summa cum laude. Yasmin's fellow is Helen Roberts. She has been awarded the undergraduate Winifred Geldard Memorial Award and is a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society.
Stasia Lucanis.
Graduating summa cum laude, their fellow was Mary Jo Ledoux and has been awarded the Chancellor's Undergraduate Research Award.
Michelle Ludwig.
Michelle graduates magna cum laude. Her fellow was Marie Tahara Hughes.
Jorlene Mabulai.
Charlene graduates cum laude. Her fellow was Dimitra John and has been awarded the HIM Student Scholarship Fund.
Vijayaraj Mahida.
Vijayaraj graduates cum laude. Their fellow is Andrew Johnson, and they have been awarded the Honors College Student Engagement Grant as well as the Honors College Travel Grant.
Julia Mycutt.
Julia is graduating magna cum laude. Her fellow was Stuart Shankman, and she is a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society.
Anjali Tara Manam.
Anjali graduates summa cum laude. Anjali's fellow is Alan Schwartz and is a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society.
Siobhan Veronica Midgley.
Siobhan's fellow was R. David Wirtschafter. She is awarded the President's Award Program Honors Scholarship, as well as others, and has been a dedicated Honors College student staff member.
Christina J. Miller.
Christina graduates summa cum laude. Her fellow was David Stone, and she has been awarded the Harper College Employee Transfer Scholarship.
Jaluk Modi.
Jalak graduates cum laude, and their fellow was Ronna Cohen.
Asiya F. Muhammad.
Asiya is graduating cum laude. Her fellow is Ernesto Bongarzon and is a member of the Honor Society of Phi Kappa Phi.
Kathleen Marisa Mueller.
Kathleen graduates cum laude, and her fellow was David Perry.
Sarah Naala.
Sarah's fellow was Chia Chang and has been awarded the Chancellor's Student Service and Leadership Award and is a member of the National Society of Collegiate Scholars.
Emily Nepomuceno.
Emily graduates summa cum laude. Her fellow was Don Chambers and has been awarded the Honors College Research Conference First Prize and is a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society.
Tho Nguyen.
Tho graduates summa cum laude. Their fellow is Brian Murphy. They are a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society and recipient of the UIC Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs Scholarship.
Amanda C. Nuno.
Amanda is graduating cum laude. Her fellow was Elena Yui Tang and has been awarded the Chancellor's Student Service and Leadership Award.
Winifred Obanor.
Winifred's fellow was William Kling. Winifred graduates cum laude and is a recipient of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Scholarship.
Nato Chelsea Obikili.
Nato graduates magna cum laude. Nato's fellow is Lawrence Officer, and Nato is a recipient of the National Society of Black Engineers Bolt Scholarship.
Feliciano Osegeda.
Feliciano is graduating magna cum laude. Feliciano's fellow was Kirsty Danielson, and they are a recipient of the President's Award Program Honor Scholarship.
Khadija Oleyiwola.
Graduating cum laude, Khadijah's fellow was Evelyn Lehrer and is a recipient of the Ronald Moses Memorial Award.
Darlene Oliva.
Darlene is graduating cum laude. Darlene's fellow is Rebecca Lind, and she is a recipient of the President's Award Program Scholarship.
Neil K. Osafo.
Neil graduates cum laude. Neil's fellow is Chia Chang and is awarded the LAS Undergraduate Research Initiative Award.
Alex N. Orth.
Alex is graduating summa cum laude. His fellow is William Gallanter, is a recipient of many awards and a dedicated member of the Honors College student staff.
Megan Oy.
Megan graduates magna cum laude. Her fellow is John Hetling, is a recipient of the Unger Scholarship for Women in Engineering and a member of Tau Beta Pi Engineering Honor Society.
Latoria J. Overton.
Latoria is graduating cum laude. Her fellow was Jorge Girati, is a recipient of the President's Award Program Honors Scholarship and also a dedicated member of the Honors College student staff.
Sandra Yummy Oyende.
Sandra graduates magna cum laude. Her fellow is Lawrence Miller and is a recipient of the ASB Scholarship.
Isali Palacios.
Isali graduates cum laude, and her fellow was Karina Reyes.
Sean Pandia.
Sean graduates magna cum laude. Their fellow was Preston Snee. They are a recipient of the Chancellor's Student Service and Leadership Award and a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society.
Saili Patonker.
Saili is graduating cum laude, and their fellow was Luisa DiPietro.
Kundar Patel.
Kundar graduates cum laude. Their fellow was Sui Lang Chen and is awarded the Business Scholar Award.
Kishan Patel.
Kishan graduates magna cum laude. Kishan's fellow was Sharbanu Fadafi and is a recipient of the Chancellor's Student Service and Leadership Award.
Nirav Rajesh Patel.
Nirav graduates cum laude, and their fellow was Max Bernicker.
Melissa Paz.
Melissa's graduating summa cum laude tonight. Melissa's fellow was Rajul Kathari and is a member of Golden Key International Honor Society as well as Tau Sigma National Honor Society.
Michelle Paz.
Michelle is graduating magna cum laude. Her fellow was Catherine Engel, and she is a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society.
Aldeb Pereira.
Aldeb's fellow was Lawrence Miller, and Aldeb has been awarded the President's Award Program Honor Scholarship as well as the Architecture and Art Tuition Award.
Stephanie Perez.
Stephanie is graduating summa cum laude. Her fellow was Ronald Dubrail and is a member of the National Society of Collegiate Scholars.
Morgan Lee Pirtle.
Morgan graduates summa cum laude. Morgan's fellow is Cheryl Wilson, and Morgan is a recipient of the Lumen Arts Fellowship in Jazz.
Isabella Pizzo.
Isabella graduates summa cum laude, and her fellow was Faith Bonecutter.
Sophia Ann Plocker.
Sophia is graduating magna cum laude. Her fellow is Michael Ragazzino and is a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society.
Stephanie L. Pocius.
Stephanie's fellow was Aixa Alfonso and is a recipient of the LAS Undergraduate Research Initiative Award.
Olivia Juliana Porozek.
Olivia graduates cum laude, and her fellow was Teresa Orenik.
Luke N. Pretzi.
Luke is graduating summa cum laude. His fellow is David Eddington and is a recipient of the Chancellor's Student Service and Leadership Award.
Marielle Renee Rancel.
Marielle is graduating cum laude. Her fellow is Donald Wink and is a recipient of the Student Laureate of the Lincoln Academy of Illinois.
Alexi Razine.
Alexi's fellow was Don Chambers.
Karina Reyes.
Karina is graduating cum laude. Her fellow is Karen Peters, and she is a recipient of the President's Award Program Honor Scholarship.
Mariana Reyes.
Mariana is graduating magna cum laude. Her fellow is Yolanda Suarez Balcazar, and she is a recipient of the President's Award Program Honor Scholarship.
James Andrew Richardson.
James graduates cum laude. His fellow was Matthew Metzger and is a recipient of the President's Award Program Honor Scholarship.
Cassandra Veronica Robledo.
Cassandra's fellow is Geraldine Gorman, and Cassandra has been awarded the President's Award Program Honor Scholarship as well as the Activities Honorary Society.
Cynthia Michelle Roebuck.
Cynthia graduates cum laude. Her fellow is John Castle, and she is a member of the Honor Society of Phi Kappa Phi.
Juan Carlos Rojas.
Juan graduates magna cum laude. Juan's fellow is Jordi Cabana Jimenez and has been awarded the Pritzker School of Medicine full tuition scholarship.
Jared Rugen.
Jared graduates magna cum laude. His fellow is James Cooper and has been awarded the Business Scholar Award.
Kajal Sachdev.
Kajal graduates summa cum laude. Her fellow is Dawn Chambers, and she is a recipient of the Donald and Leah Riddle Prize for Outstanding Graduates.
Namisha Sani.
Namisha graduates summa cum laude. Namisha's fellow is Lawrence Officer and is a recipient of the Honors College Undergraduate Research Grants.
Shovik Sarkar.
Shovik's fellow is Dieter Klotz and is a recipient of the AT&T Foundation Scholarship as well as the Victor and Lucy Cann Scholarship.
Falak Satyadev.
Falak graduates cum laude. Falak's fellow was Ellen Engel.
Mary Catherine Schiffer.
Mary Catherine graduates cum laude. Her fellow is Kim Moon, and she is a recipient of the Business Scholar Award, as well as a member of the Honor Society of Phi Kappa Phi.
Kelsey A. Schmidt.
Kelsey graduates magna cum laude. Her fellow is Amy Watson, and she is a recipient of the Dr. Lucille Derrick Scholarship.
Hamed Shafuddin.
Hamed graduates summa cum laude. Hamed's fellow is Scott Shippey and is a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society.
Alina Shomov.
Alina graduates cum laude. Alina's fellow was Chuofen Chuang and is awarded the Davy Scholarship.
Hashim Siddiqui.
Hashim is graduating magna cum laude. Their fellow was Jay Zhu and has been awarded the Sargent and Lundy Scholarship, among others.
Miriam Siddiqui.
Miriam is graduating magna cum laude, and her fellow was Karen Peters.
Alexis Meiser.
Alexis is graduating magna cum laude. Alexis's fellow is Norma Maruzzi, and they have been awarded the Newman Civic Fellowship Campus Compact.
Deborah Oluwakemi Shodimu.
Deborah's fellow was Karen Morgan Short. She is a recipient of the President's Award Program Honors Scholarship, the UIC Student Employee All-Star Award, and a dedicated member of the UIC Honors College student staff.
Cecilia D. Solis Barroso.
Cecilia graduates summa cum laude. Her fellow is Diana Niebelski, has been awarded the UIC Summer Research Opportunities Program Fellowship, and is a member of Tau Sigma National Honor Society.
Sanjana Lakshmi Srinivasan.
Sanjana graduates summa cum laude. Sanjana's fellow was Pauline Mackey and has been awarded the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation Student Research Award.
Dylan Nicholas Tabang.
Dylan graduates summa cum laude. His fellow was Donald Wink, has been awarded the Semblex Corporation Daniel P. Hather Memorial Scholarship, and is a member of the Honor Society of Phi Kappa Phi.
Mimi Tang.
Mimi is graduating magna cum laude. Mimi's fellow is Lan Zhang and has been awarded the Business Scholar Award.
Alexander J. Tate.
Alexander's fellow is Daniel Servone and has been awarded the President's Award Program Honor Scholarship.
Nefa Nabat.
Nefa is graduating cum laude. Their fellow, Catherine Warpeha.
Yasmin Toledo.
Yasmin graduates cum laude. Yasmin's fellow is Rachel Gordon and has been awarded the Greek Life Emerging Leader Award, as well as the Chancellor Student Service and Leadership Award.
Aisha Torres.
Aisha graduates cum laude. Her fellow is Louis Wedgwood and is a recipient of the Women in Science and Engineering Merit Scholarship.
Vasilina Solava.
Vasilina graduates cum laude. Her fellow was Terry Moore and is awarded the Honors College Undergraduate Research Grant.
Apurva Tumala.
Apurva is graduating summa cum laude. Apurva's fellow was Rana Cohen, and she has been awarded the Society of Endocrinology Research Fellowship.
DeAndre J. Walker.
DeAndre is graduating cum laude. His fellow was Catherine Zinser and has been awarded the President's Award Program Honor Scholarship.
Yansu Wade.
Yansu is graduating summa cum laude. Their fellow was Maria Varelis and is a recipient of the Honors Council Award.
Lynn Marie Weishaupt.
Lynn is graduating magna cum laude. Her fellow was Catherine Engel, is a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society and a recipient of the President's Award Program Honor Scholarship.
Mary Kathleen Whiteside.
Mary is graduating cum laude, and her fellow was Michael Ragazzino.
Michael A. Yu.
Michael graduates cum laude. His fellow was Stephen Roth and has been awarded the highest departmental distinction in biological sciences.
Fatima Zara Yusuf.
Graduating cum laude, Fatima's fellow was Lisa Froman and has been awarded the Honors College Tuition Award.
Salman Sharif Zuffer.
Salman is graduating summa cum laude. Salman's fellow is Robert Paul Malchow and has been awarded the Chicago Consular Corps Scholarship and is a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society.
Thuskeen Zera.
Thuskeen is graduating summa cum laude. Their fellow is Natasha DeVroye and is awarded the Bell Honor Award.
David Zhang.
David is graduating summa cum laude. His fellow was Jorge Girotti and is a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Society.
And Hannah Shea Zimmer.
Hannah graduates magna cum laude. Her fellow was Sangeetha Madhavan and is awarded the UIC Fraternity and Sorority Life Emerging Leader Award.
I now invite to the podium Associate Dean Stacy McLeod Williams, who will present the Donald and Leah Riddle Prize.
The Donald and Leah Riddle Prize, which was endowed by the late former Chancellor Riddle and his wife, is the top honor given to a UIC graduating senior campus-wide each year. It recognizes both academic achievement and leadership. This year's recipient is Kajal Sachdev, who will graduate summa cum laude with dual majors in biological sciences and psychology from the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences this Sunday. During her time at UIC, Kajal has been an active scholar, volunteer, and leader. She has worked in research labs in both psychology and biology. She has been named as a co-author on 2 academic presentations related to her honors capstone, Juror Gender, Fear of Being Falsely Accused, and the Perceptions of Child Sexual Abuse, at the American Psychology Law Society annual meeting this spring. She has volunteered on campus as a tutor, in the community as a peer health educator for Peer Health Exchange, and internationally through MedLife. She has been an active member of the Honors College Advisory Board for 3 years, serving as this year's president, where she oversaw HCAB's transition into a more open and engaging student organization for her peers in the Honors College. Kajal has won numerous awards, including the Chancellor's Student Service and Leadership Award, and has been inducted into the Honor Society of Phi Kappa Phi and the Phi Beta Kappa Society. Most recently, Kajal has been awarded a Fulbright grant to study at Maastricht University in the Netherlands for the next year, where she will complete her master's degree before returning to the U.S. to attend medical school. Please help me congratulate Kajal Sachdev on her outstanding achievements over her undergraduate career. Kajal? I'm not going to put this around here. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Each year, graduating seniors compete to give the senior address at tonight's event. This year's selected speaker is Taylor Lay, who will graduate cum laude with a degree in psychology, also from the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, on Sunday. Taylor came to UIC in the spring of 2016 as a transfer student from Waubonsie Valley Community College. During her time here at UIC, Taylor has served as a resident assistant for campus housing and participated in multiple research initiatives, including UIC's Summer Research Opportunities Program. Taylor has earned numerous awards recognizing her leadership and accomplishments, and is most proud of her completing her degree as a member of the Honors College. Following her graduation, she will continue her research on youth and communities for a year before entering graduate school. Ultimately, she wants to become a clinical community psychologist, focusing on how neighborhoods affect young people's ability to access education. It is indeed an honor to introduce tonight's student speaker, Ms. Taylor Lay. Go get him.
Thank you. Provost Posner, Dean Keen, distinguished faculty, honored guests, families, and fellow graduates. An exceptional role model and mentor told me to never go through life leaving anything on the table. They told me to aim for excellence in all that I do so that I can extract the most out of every experience I have. They elaborated, explaining that my accumulated experiences would give me the necessary tools I need to succeed in life. They also told me that these tools would help me to break down barriers and uplift others. I am sharing this with you because we all have amassed skills, qualities, knowledge, and tools that are going in our respective toolboxes. Our ownership of these tools means that we are now ultimately responsible for changing the world and meaningfully impacting others. Today, I will share 3 things with you that I am not leaving on the table and have added to my own toolbox. I acquired these 3 tools in the form of lessons as an undergraduate student. I am sharing these tools with you in hopes that you too will reflect on what you have gained here in the Honors College and at UIC. How do you plan to influence change or impact others with the tools you are now equipped with? The lessons we have learned and the knowledge we have acquired is intended to be utilized and shared. So please, take what you can from this message. The first lesson that I learned is that you are uniquely you. You are truly extraordinary. The award-winning poet, Maya Angelou, inspired this thought. I have learned that I am a student phenomenally. Phenomenal student, that's me. I am a world changer, phenomenally. Phenomenal world changer, that's me. Now I'd like you to repeat after me. Say, I am a student. Phenomenally. Phenomenal student. That's me. I am a world changer. Phenomenal world changer. That's me. This year, I added confidence to my toolbox. I believe that confidence in your ability, in your success, and even in your hardships is essential to advancing in life. Recall all of the times when you were successful and the times when you struggled over the course of your undergraduate career. Acknowledge your journey. Recognize who you are and where you are sitting. You made it. Be proud of yourself and have confidence in who you are. I say this because being fearless does not solely benefit yourself. As self-assured, accomplished individuals, we can give hope to so many others. Our courage allows us to share our stories, past obstacles, and experiences, which in turn encourages others who are working to accomplish their goals. Phenomenal student, that's me, that's you, that's us. We are phenomenal. Know that our confidence must be met with appreciation as well. I have also learned to always remain thankful and appreciative. Don't forget to acknowledge your team. When I first began college, my life severely deviated from my very linear, pre-planned life goals. And when I changed majors and my pre-professional educational goals, I was disappointed in myself. Yet I am so grateful to not have that same mindset as when I first began college. Not only did life take off in ways I did not expect, everything has worked out so far. For this, I am extremely grateful. I would like us all to take a moment to reflect on our own individual paths and the personal growth we have experienced. Think of the various directions that your life has taken during your college career. Aren't you thankful for that? Recognize that we were able to get to this point in our lives because of our respective teams. I am here today, able to stand before you as a graduating senior because so many people supported me, academically, emotionally, financially, spiritually, mentally, and so on. I was able to get to this point in my life because someone had faith in my ability and valued me and my future. I believe this is true for everyone. Know that when you get to where you're going in life, when you finally accomplish your goals, even while working to accomplish those goals, always make sure that you are helping, mentoring, and working to better someone else's life as well. Regard others with the same care, amount of time, and effort, and value that you have experienced from your own team. Be thankful and be proud of who you are, but never forget the support that you received along the way. The third lesson I learned is that you are you for a reason. One of the most important lessons that I am taking with me as an undergraduate student is the value of my identity. I learned this lesson in a setting where I felt a hyper-awareness of the fact that I am a student of color. In this particular setting, I experienced microaggressions and felt inferior because of my identity. Yet, when one of my colleagues who was in the same setting as I was began to cry because of the frustration and hurt that we both felt, I decided to give us both a pep talk. I would like to give this same pep talk to you. Keep in mind the various aspects of yourself that make you who you are as a person: your culture, values, beliefs, family, even your personal interests, everything. In what ways has your identity informed the person that you are today? This is what I said to my colleague, and now what I would like to say to you. You are going somewhere in life. Think of all that you have achieved. You have done so much for your family and community. Think of what it means to be here now. of the power that having an education gives us. Where you are going, no one can stop you. Where you are going, no one can hold you back from. Just think, if you were not you, would you be the same individual? Would you have worked so hard while in college to make something of yourself? You are you because you will break barriers and glass ceilings. When you accomplish your goals, you will be giving hope to so many people. You now have the tools to empower others, to change circumstances and better the world. Every one of us is unique and here for a reason. I think that if you walk in purpose and recognize that you are you for a reason, you too will never see yourself the same way. You come from where you come from for a reason. You've encountered those specific circumstances for a reason. I believe that when you recognize who you are and value your identity, and we value our identities individually and collectively, we have the power to alter our reality. We can rewrite the narrative and change that community, that situation, that specific problem. You are truly exceptional. As we leave this space, keep in mind all that you have gained as an individual. Reflect on what you have learned as a scholar, a researcher, a brother, sister, friend, as a relatable human being. What can you do to better someone else's life now that you are more equipped for the world? What tools are you leaving this university with? Contemplate on how you will use those tools to implement new laws and policies, develop new technology, create alternative sources of energy, to accomplish whatever it is that you strive for. Lastly, know that our tools do not make us invincible. Instead, they are an accumulation of the abilities that we have, the places that we have been, the things we have learned, the circumstances we have prevailed through, and a reminder that we have the ability to build new and better realities for our world. Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you, Taylor. I now have the pleasure of welcoming Kenneth Thomas to offer a few words of advice on behalf of over 7,000 Honors College alumni. Mr. Thomas is a 2013 Honors College graduate, completing his Bachelor of Arts in Political Science magna cum laude and minors in History and Law in Society. He was twice elected as the student member of the University of Illinois Board of Trustees and was named a Lincoln Academy of Illinois Student Laureate for outstanding academics and service. Mr. Thomas received his Juris Doctorate from the University of Chicago Law School in 2016, where he served as president of the Law Students Association. Currently, he is an associate at Skadden, Arps, Slate, Meagher, and Flom. His practice primarily consists of complex commercial litigations and large corporate restructurings. Mr. Thomas devotes a significant amount of time to pro bono work, including representing clients through the Lawyers Committee for Better Housing, volunteering at the International Terminal of O'Hare Airport after the implementation of the travel ban, and serving on the board of directors of Chicago's Citizens for Change, Incorporated, an organization providing important services to the families of victims affected by gun violence in Chicago. Ken is also a member of Lawyers for Choice. We are proud to welcome back such an accomplished alumnus, Mr. Kenneth Thomas.
I think it was a curse that they put me after the student speaker. I mean, what is that? It was a great speech, wasn't it? Graduates, over the course of several years, you have toiled, spending countless hours studying, numerous days taking midterms and finals, several weeks volunteering your time for any number of worthy causes, while always finding a way to excel in the classroom. Every step of the way, you've been the definition of hard work, eager to learn and anxious to push yourself in the right direction. Tonight is a culmination of your achievements here at UIC, and you should take great pride in your accomplishments thus far. Of course, I'd be remiss in recounting the phenomenal level of success already achieved by this class of graduates if I did not mention your family and friends. Never forget that it takes a village, and many of you would not be here without the tremendous support of the support systems around you. Now, I know these speeches tend to get boring, so I'll do my best to try to give you some advice that might be useful to you in your everyday life. It was not that long ago that I sat in those very seats, although we were in the forum, not in the pavilion, exhilarated about what the future holds and impatient to have it come to fruition. Like many of you, I came from humble beginnings. My mom made just enough to make ends meet for my sister and me. But the promise of education was constantly pushing me through life at life speed so that I could get to college, pushing me, as I'm sure it does you, towards the next level. This brings me to my first takeaway for tonight. Find something, a goal, a mission, a passion, something that when you're knee-deep in textbooks, studying for that next exam, or you're at your desk and it's long past 5 p.m., and trust me, it'll always be long past 5 p.m., something that you can say, this is what I'm doing this for. This is why you worked hard through the night to finish a project, or spent your only free time volunteering for a cause, or whatever it is in life. Find it and hold it close. Because when you're working so hard, you don't remember what day of the week it is, or you forget what time of the day it is. You need something to hold on to. A reason you put in all the hard work that you do. And when you think you've had enough, you think you want to quit, and you could just remind yourself why you're doing all the things that you're doing, and it will give you strength. You would be surprised to hear how many people I encountered in law school who didn't have a strong sense of why they enrolled. Sometimes it's easy to go along with the grain and figure out the details later. However, when you're struggling to find something to push you the extra mile, to motivate you to study that extra time that you know you need, it can be difficult if there's not a strong reason, if there isn't a sense very deep down inside of you what you're doing. Now, don't let me scare you. I'm just trying to give you some advice, and many of you have your plans thought about. You guys are honors college students. I imagine you guys have plans, and we've heard a lot about them. But I would implore you to be flexible. With an intelligent crowd like you all, I'm sure many of you have a rough outline, and you guys have thought about it. Work for a while, explore different fields, or take a gap year while you apply to school, or whatever your rough plan might be. It is wise to make a plan, but don't be afraid to ditch it. Let me say this again, don't be afraid to ditch your plan. For myself, I took no time between college and law school, so I certainly endorse the traditional way of completing your higher education. But if you want to try something else out, don't be afraid to switch gears. The promise of education is the ability to be flexible and pivot when something new or unexpected happens to you. When it does, you should have no fear in thinking about it rationally and change your course if necessary. In fact, that is the teachings of a liberal arts education, one that encourages you to think critically, address new information as you learn it, and alter your approach appropriately. This is what you're trained to do, and you should apply this thinking to your everyday life. We sometimes forget the teachings of college are not limited to your day job or your future educational pursuits. College is meant to reflect your future life as a professional. Now, for the parents I know, that might sound far-fetched, but let me just expand on it just a little bit. Think about student organizations. There are established ones, and there are ones that many of you created. Through those organizations, you do outreach, volunteering, make connections with the community, raise money for various causes, and so on. They're not unlike non-for-profit organizations once you become a professional. Some of you all will start great non-for-profits, and you'll soon realize that you'll be doing fundraising and working in the same ways that you were in starting your student organizations. Think about your classes. You had a professor who would teach you information about any topic imaginable and would expect work product out of you, and then you'd receive a grade. In the work world, you'll have a boss who will teach you some stuff if they're any good, and they'll expect some work product out of you too. Instead of a grade, though, you'll get a paycheck, and the better you do, you might get a bonus or a raise, and the prospect of better job opportunities. Those are just two examples, but the point here is that college does its best to reflect real life in general as a professional, and you should do your best to apply its teachings just as broadly. When I was a boy, my dad would regularly give me this sage piece of advice. He'd say, "Kenny, life is about making options. Try to give yourself more options." I pass that along as often as I get the opportunity because it's one of those messages that, just makes so much sense. It's genius. And sometimes I feel a little dumb for not thinking about it myself. Options. If money is the currency that buys you products, then options are the currency that buys you opportunity. Never forget that. Options buys opportunity. Finally, I'll leave you with this. I don't know about you, but I'm a huge fan of a show called The West Wing. Any West Wing fans in the house? I thought I'd get some. It's one of those feel-good shows that I can watch again and again, especially during these trying times. A few weeks ago, my girlfriend framed a poster of The West Wing of a bunch of West Wing quotes for my birthday, and I was reminded of one that felt particularly appropriate for this convocation, which I'll tell you with slight alteration. I quote, "Never forget that a small group of thoughtful and committed citizens, like you, can change the world. Now go forth and change the world." Thank you, and congratulations to the graduates.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Honors College Class of 2018. 4 years ago in this building, we welcomed many of you to UIC. Others of you joined us along the way, either as first years or transfers. You brought your talents and energy to this campus, challenged us to challenge you to refine those talents and harness that energy. Because of what Honors College students bring to us, we put our best effort into finding out what you can do and getting you to do it better, learning about your interests and matching you with opportunities that meet them, and preparing graduates to be proud of. And everyone on this stage, professors, advisors, mentors, staff, everyone here is proud of you and of the chance to have been part of your education here. You took core courses and seminars. You conducted research with some of UIC's best faculty. You were leaders among your peers, and you gave back to your campus and the wider community in uncountable ways, large and small. Among your achievements are Chancellor's Service and Leadership Awards, Fulbright, Gilman, National Science Foundation scholarships, too many Phi Beta Kappas to count. It fills a book, which you found on your seats. You're headed to Chicago, Cambridge, Harvard, the University of Maastricht, Oxford, and every one of UIC's graduate programs, as well as a workforce that needs the kind of initiative and discipline you've shown here. You will start forgetting things. When finals and papers and other projects are done, what you've learned here will start getting sorted out in your memory, and some of it, probably a lot, will disappear. Really, how many of you would be willing to take an exam right now in a subject you got an A in 3 years ago? I can no longer conjugate verbs in the language that I majored in. Forgetting is normal. What you won't forget is that you were part of this community, one where you strove together to be the best biologists, engineers, and psychologists you could be, one where you did things for the benefit of others, one where the barriers that separate one from another don't exist. You came together for the best education and created an ideal community with your involvement. Publications, HCAB, the Society of Future Physicians were all ways in which you made the Honors College and UIC a better place with your energy and enthusiasm. You're not going to forget this the way you might forget the periodic table, because the qualities that you brought to the Honors College defined who you were already. Focused, curious, driven, interested in others, and concerned about the vulnerable. Those qualities, refined in this unique community, have prepared you to be productive citizens in a world that threatens to be undermined by difference, those barriers that don't separate us in the Honors College, and indifference, the disregard for others that comes from ignoring the common good. Class of 2018, thank you. Thank you for being part of this community and for entrusting us with this part of your education. You now join the larger Honors College community in your professions and your neighborhoods. They welcome you as you will, in time, welcome future classes. You are a force for good in the world. Congratulations and best of luck. Please join us for a reception afterward, and we'll see you again at the other commencement festivities this week. Now, important instructions. Graduates, as you march out, you will go to the rear of this room for about 10 minutes for your class picture. Family members and guests, after the recessional, please go ahead across the street. I can't point to, I think it's in that direction, to the reception at the Student Services Building. The students will join you there in just a few minutes. We're now going to exit the stage in the order in which we arrived: platform party, faculty, then students. Thank you all, and the very best of luck to the UIC Honors College Class of 2018.
stuff, we got it put back there, and